Good afternoon, Muttonistas, and it really is the afternoon. At this time of the year in Manchester, the nights are long and the days are pretty short. It really is 5 o'clock at the moment, and there are only 2 club games left to go until the World Cup. Yes, this most bizarre World Cup at the most bizarre of times of the year. And one competition Manchester City haven't featured in yet is the Carabao Cup. And in the 3rd round, we got a humdinger of a draw at home to Chelsea. So join me for today's matchday vlog. As always, Muttonistas, it's very important that I'm fully refreshed and match fit. And for today's food segment, I'm coming to a restaurant I have not actually ever eaten at before. It's called Noi Quattro, a pizzeria at the edge of the northern quarter, going towards the Arndale Centre and High Street. I've heard good things about them, so let's hope they live up to their reputation. So the management kindly seated me well away from other customers to make the vlog easier, and the menu is fairly simple and straightforward. They have some antipasti, a few other starters or snacky items which are probably big enough for a meal, and probably their speciality, a wide variety of pizzas, some on a tomato base and some on a white base. If this weren't my first visit, I'd have gone for one of the white pizzas, one without tomato, because I do like 4 cheese pizzas. But I decided to go for one with tomato, the one with spicy salami, because it'll be a better yardstick of how well they make their pizzas. I've also gone for the Parmigiana, the aubergine and tomato dish. Okay, yeah, I like my tomato. As usual, it'll probably be a bit too much, but I want to see how good these boys are in their kitchen. And normally I'd order bottled water, but they've brought a jug to the table, so I'll stick with that. Anyway, I've gone for a glass of Nero d'Avola, which is Sicilian red wine. I'm always a little bit wary about house wines by the glass in the UK, but we will give it a whirl. I have to say that's okay. That was definitely okay. Happy with that, and I'll be having a second glass for sure. Okay, it's not like top of the range stuff, but better than you usually get over here. And one more thing, the red wine is served at a good temperature, which, as I keep banging on about, 90% of British bars and restaurants don't seem to get. Quick slurp to get our juices going. Muttonistas, the food has arrived, down to the table as usual, and we have melanzane parmigiana, which is layered aubergines with cheese, I think it's Parmesan cheese, hence the name Parmigiano, and a rich tomato sauce with a bit of basil on top. And the spicy salami pizza. Now, Neapolitan pizzas, if they're done properly, tend to have just cheese and tomato, or cheese or just tomato and maybe one topping. The Italian ambassador himself said a pineapple, for example, does not belong on a pizza. And they have brought me some hot oil. I think it's chili infused olive oil, but I'm going to try a bit of the pizza with it and a bit without. Okay, a slice without the oil. Okay, here we are, Muttonistas. Quite spicy without the oil added to it. And I have to say, what makes a red-based pizza is really the tomato sauce, and what makes a white pizza is how good the cheese is. I think both the cheese and the tomato sauce are excellent. And proper Neapolitan pizzas are roughly stretched and put into the pizza oven, and they're not that perfect circular shape that you see mass-produced pizzas or chain pizzas producing. None of this deep pan nonsense and none of this stuffed crust nonsense. A proper pizza should have a thin crust and a thin base. Okay, possibly put a little bit too much oil on, but the cavalry has arrived in the form of a second glass of wine. And let's give it a whirl. Given the fresh chilies and the spicy salami, I wouldn't say the oil makes it any spicier, but it is a pleasant accompaniment. Quick slurp to cleanse the palate before we move on to the Parmigiano. So as you can see, aubergine, cheese, tomato. Very rich tomato sauce. You could almost say it maybe is a sun-blushed or sun-dried tomato sauce. Not quite sure about that, but it's something I eat a lot, and this is a good version. Anyway, another quick slurp. Good match, and I have to say, it's like a bottle you can pick up for £7 or £8 or £9, but if it's stored correctly and served with the right food, these wines can be pretty good. I better get on with this because eating one-handed is too difficult for me, and I will be right back with you when I've finished, well, probably won't finish all of this, but as much as I can. Well, Muttonistas, I polished all of that off. It was that good. This place gets a massive thumbs up. And I have to say that the pizza, whilst it was spicy, it had a kick, but it won't blow your head off. Definitely coming back here again. And if you're in Manchester or you live here and you'd like a pizza, particularly before the match or for any other occasion, I can't recommend this place enough. Proper Neapolitan stuff. Okay, in such an establishment, one last thing to do, just to check the quality of all the refreshments here, and so I can declare myself match fit, of course, the espresso, which has a lovely rich dark crema, which is just the way I like it, and a limoncello. Possibly the limoncello is slightly gratuitous, but I fancied one anyway. Oh wow, that's not just the nuts because it's good, it's because it's got that lovely nutty flavour that I really adore in an espresso. Okay, Muttonistas, having passed my late fitness test, let's neck this, head down the Monk and talk football. Well, that was good, really good, and I did find out that the staff are indeed from Naples and the surrounding areas. The prices were actually very reasonable. I paid 41 quid because I left a tip, I had an extra dish, and I had a liqueur at the end, so expect to spend 25 to 30 per person and have a good meal there. Okay, not too much time, it's going to have to be a very swift one at the Monk, but I've also been relocated because Chelsea have the top two tiers of the stand I normally sit in, so I better get there a little early so I can find exactly where I should be. So this is going to be the fastest pre-match pint ever, a West Coast IPA. A little bit on the sweet side, but still pretty tasty. Anyway, team news. Haaland doesn't play, Alvarez does. Glad to see Rico Lewis has got another start after his great game against Sevilla, as well as Cole Palmer, who must have been impressing in training. No De Bruyne, a blend of youth and experience, and Chelsea have more or less done the same thing. No Raheem Sterling, rather interestingly. He's on the bench, as is Mason Mount. Both teams starting the reserve keeper, and Ortega has performed well apart from one spill at the end of the Seville game, so deserves to keep his place for the cup games. Chelsea have a lot of injuries and have looked all over the place of late, so I'd be disappointed if we didn't get through. But when you're not playing your first 11s, all sorts of things can happen. But I'm reasonably confident. Come on, City. I'm actually in a safe standing area, which is what I thought I was going to be when I went away to Dortmund. But this is actually a lot more comfortable and a lot safer. And I won't be able to catch the away fans tonight because they're right on top of me. 25 in, Chelsea having some joy on the counter. We've got to be careful here. We've had some good chances of our own, but I often wondered without De Bruyne and Haaland what sort of force we actually are. Tonight we'll find out, I think. Go on. Ball in. So half-time, City 0, Chelsea 0, chances at either end. Chelsea probably had the better of them, but Ortega's made some good saves. If both sides have had their shooting boots on, it could have been 1-1 or 2-2. I would say, in mitigation though, that Chelsea have something closer to their first 11 out than City, who are missing Bernardo, Foden, De Bruyne and Haaland. I don't think Chelsea can say in Havertz, Mount and Sterling that they're missing that many big guns. Anyway, as I said, I don't normally sit down here, but it looks as if I'll get a half-time pint, which makes a pleasant change. Much more efficient down here, but maybe on the ground floor it's a little bit easier than on the third tier to serve people. Colonel, I can't believe that. I got served a half-time pint, and quickly, so I'll be able to drink it comfortably before we start the second half. I suppose you pay less to sit upstairs, but my goodness, the service is painfully slow up there. Anyway, what's going to happen in the second half? Are some of the big guns going to come on? Would love to see De Bruyne, Bernardo and Haaland come on. I suspect we'll get one or two of those, but not all of them. But I also suspect if they do come on, it'll seal the deal and we'll win. Come on, Jack. Oh! Go on. Go on. Oh! Go on, Mahrez. Oh! Good run from Mahrez there. Just fouled outside the penalty area. Will he, for once, stick one away and put a good free kick in? Well, usually if the score's already 2-0 he does, but I'm doubtful. Come on, Riyad. Give us a good one for once. Right on cue. I think it took a bit of a deflection, that did, because Mendy was completely wrong-footed. No, I don't think it did. I looked at the stadium replay. It looked like a clean hit. Something wrong with the Chelsea wall there, but who cares? 1-0 City. Well, great play through the press. City moved the ball forward rapidly. Not quite sure who took the original shot. Took down a wonderful long pass quickly. And when the goalkeeper saved, there was Alvarez to nip in and tuck away the rebound. Hard to see this Chelsea side coming back from that now. Whilst Erling Haaland is the most wonderful player, boy do we also have a forward in Alvarez. Go on. Go on. Go on. Oh. save. My goodness, Ortega is having a storm of a game tonight. I remember what a liability Zach Steffen was. This is a good reserve keeper we've got now. Go on. Oh. Well, about 23 minutes left. Raheem Sterling's come on and he's been given a good reception, to be fair. I wasn't sure that was going to happen. They certainly have to change something because, I mean, 2-0 down, they can't really play on the counter-attack anymore. Oh, a lot of deflections, offside, but another great save nonetheless. So, good result. I like the Carabao Cup. I take it seriously. Thankfully, Guardiola kind of takes it seriously as well, although he made some changes for today. And we have a good record in recent years of winning it, which we all would like to maintain. Brings us in good stead to the last league game of the season before the World Cup break at home to Brentford. I'll be here to cover that game for you Muttonistas. So until Saturday, hope you enjoyed the vlog. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, and most of all, don't forget, you can't beat a bit of mutton.